The Haskayne Wilderness Retreat really revolves around one question. What kind of leadership is needed for a flourishing future? And flourishing obviously means many different things. It can mean a flourishing business, but a flourishing business that's flourishing within a flourishing community and a flourishing ecosystem. And of course, there's no simple answer to that question. That question is constantly being shaped by external conditions, by the realities of the economy, of the environment. And so we really invite students to ask that question. What does it mean for you? What kind of leadership is needed for the way the world is shaping up?
The Haskayne Wilderness Retreat was really, in hindsight, a very essential and pivotal experience in my life, one that I've reflected on many times over the years. It's challenging to describe exactly what the outcomes are or the impacts. It's not a program that you can pinpoint a KPI on or a specific outcome like that. It's really a personal and a spiritual, a more ethereal kind of impact that it had on me. And I think that ultimately it made me reflect on what kind of leader I want to be in the world, what kind of career do I want to have, and that ethics and purpose should be always part of the organizations that I choose to be a part of.
I donated to the Haskayne Adventure Leadership Fund, first of all, because I very much appreciate the impact that the University of Calgary has had on me. I was involved as one of the advisors of the Canadian Centre for Advanced Leadership that was created by the generous contributions of Mac Van Willigen and his family and his associates. And as part of that program, I wanted to think, how could we pursue advanced leadership to an even greater degree, and what kind of additional things could we bring to the table? And it was really as part of our thinking around advanced leadership that we created the Haskayne Adventure program.
I think it's important to start to, again, reinvest into the program because it's such a unique opportunity for any business student, really. This is something that's not really paralleled in any other course that I've taken. And it was just a really well-taught course that it's so hard to describe unless you're actually in that program or in that course yourself. But I can attest that if you speak to anyone that's taken that course, it was a transformative experience for each and every one of us in our own unique way.
Courses like the Wilderness Retreat are essential to programs, MBA programs, business programs, because they really teach skills that you can't get from the classroom.
One of the most important parts of our adventure leadership programs is it gives students an opportunity to not just learn about leadership, but to lead, to practice leading, and to get good feedback on their leading, and then to try again.
I think the most important thing for the Haskayne Adventure Leadership program is its continuity and its continued growth over time. I think we know that there's very strong student demand for the program. I think we know that Julian Norris is doing a great job of delivering it, but you got to look to the future and think about, how do we make it bigger? How do we make it more varied and diverse and offer it to more people? And how do we make sure that it succeeds not for the next 2 or 3 years, but the next 25 or 30 years? Those are the kind of things that I think about, and where I hope that the business community really continues to be supportive of the program.